right. So the U.S. is talking about banning TikTok and other Chinese social media apps. Senator Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo said last Monday. His comments come amid continued rising tensions between the U.S. and China, and as scrutiny on TikTok and Chinese technology firms continue to grow. So, Nash, what do you think about that just in general if we actually go into what's happening, why it's happening? The initial thoughts on U.S. potentially banning the app TikTok. Me and you are both watchers of the Tik and Talks.
We're light users.
Yeah. I'm not on it every day. I don't create content. Every now and then I watch it for like 15 minutes. I dedicate 15 minutes every week to watching TikToks. I do it all at once.
Yeah, I've watched some. I haven't made anything. It's pretty funny. I definitely see a lot of like random misinformation out there. A lot from it. People making stupid points because turns out if you have 15 seconds, you can't really make that good of a point.
What a shock.
But I did know that the Chinese just steals your information from it. Do I still have it? Yes. Am I foolish? Yes.
Yes. Do I enjoy it? Sometimes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sometimes.
It's fun. It's a fun time.
We need this to say a Chinese has the data and they take it all. I mean, that is the main issue here. But is it true? I need the evidence. Like, if they're gonna take this down, I need some stone cold facts and some really. You have to really back this shit up if you want me to get behind it.
So what you're saying though is, if they were like 100%. We know they're doing it. You'd be fine with that.
Yeah, ban it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want the U.S. government, I don't want the Chinese government taking our data.
Even if it was like in the terms and services, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a foreign government.
Yeah. Okay.
So Pompeo said, quote, "We are taking this very seriously. We are certainly looking at it. Whether it was the problems of having Huawei technology in your infrastructure, we've gone all over the world and we're making real progress getting that out. We declared ZTE a danger to American national security." I don't know what ZTE is. Citing the two Chinese telecommunications networking companies. Now, Huawei,
it's probably a Chinese telecommunications or networking company.
Probably. That's probably what it is. But I don't know that for sure. With respect to Chinese apps on people's cell phones in the United States, we'll get this one right too. So Huawei, if you don't know, I've mentioned Huawei a few times. I like saying Huawei on the podcast. Huawei is the number 2 most sold phone in the world behind Samsung.
Behind the Palm Pilot.
And yeah, sure. And Huawei is banned in the U.S. because it is a phone that is pretty much owned and controlled by the Chinese government. So
yeah, so it can like filter stuff out. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't get one in the U.S. You just cannot buy it from a U.S. seller anywhere in the U.S. But if you bought it internationally, you could have one, but it might not work with like Verizon or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it works.
If it's illegal in the U.S., Interpol might pull it. Or especially like if you try to buy it going to Europe.
Mm-hmm. But apparently they're amazing phones. Like they're incredibly just like high-tech, amazing features. But banned in the U.S. because it's owned by China. Because they don't want the government having all that data. Which I think...
Literally everything.
Literally everything. Which on your phones these days is your entire life. Like they can control what you can and can't do on the phone too.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's banned in the U.S., I think that's a good thing.
No, I do too. And I bet a lot of the technology was probably stolen to make it. Mm-hmm. That's a huge thing that the U.S. has always kind of been pissed off at China
what do you mean? How do you
intellectual property?
How do you figure?
Intellectual property and how it's designed. Like it could be, it could be based off of like an Apple design, but it doesn't matter because in China, copyright laws mean nothing.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Or it straight up could be. It literally, they could have stolen it from any tech company. Like, is Samsung based out of Japan?
I don't know. Maybe. It sounds right, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It could literally be based off of a German phone design, and they'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be based off of Pakistani phone design.
So I thought this was cute. When asked by Fox News if Americans should download the social media app, Pompeo said, quote, only if you want your private information in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. End
Bold.
quote. Bold.
Bold.
Oh, he was just waiting to say that one.
Right.
He was just like, oh, I got him here. I hope he put on his Clint Eastwood grit teeth and it's like, Communist Party. Grit. So let's go to TikTok itself. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, which is based in China, and like most large Chinese companies, is thought to have close ties with the ruling Communist Party. Adding to the fuel that TikTok complies with Chinese authorities, the fact that ByteDance also owns its sister company, Douyin, which is essentially a Chinese version of TikTok.
I think it's Douyin.
Douyin? I'm sorry.
Well, because in Mandarin, there are only 2 syllables. Or there's 1 syllable per, 3 letters, essentially.
I thought it was like, how you doing?
Like
how you doing?
No, I understood what you were...
How you doing?
I understood what you were getting at.
So how you pronounce it? Douyin?
I mean, there's no pinyin, but I would assume it's Douyin.
Okay, Douyin. Essentially, it's like, so they're a sister company, it's making ties. But again, that's the conjecture. You need some hard evidence for me. If you put in place an American ban would just be the latest national restriction against TikTok. India has banned the app on July 1st over similar fears that it gave away user data to Chinese authorities. Australia has also floated the idea of banning the platform over concerns it inappropriately shares data with the Chinese government. So this isn't really a new thing.
And it's not just U.S. It's not just McCarthyism. Mm-hmm. It looks like other people are worried about it too.
Yeah. I mean, China's a big threat, man. China is really the number one country in the world.
Yeah.
In terms of power. Economically.
No.
What are they number one in then?
They're not.
They're not?
Population.
Okay. Well, they have the world by the balls.
Sort of. It's kind of like how... Not even. Because I was going to say, it's kind of like how England had the world by the balls in, the mid-1700s, but it's not really. England had them even more by the balls than China does.
All right, fine. Well, China's a real threat to the world. How about that?
China is a very threatening and dangerous presence on the world with a large global reach.
Okay, there. Making my words make sense. All right, so TikTok has a defense, naturally. TikTok has tried to distance itself from the Chinese parent company. The company hired former Disney executive Kevin Mayer to be the TikTok CEO earlier this year. His priority was seen as rebuilding trust with regulators. Good luck.
Okay, his priority was to rebuild trust? Why wouldn't it be to, prove you're not part of China? I feel like that would rebuild the trust pretty well.
I think that's probably part of it. They can't just say that, Nash.
I feel like saying rebuilding trust with regulator is like saying, yeah, we're gonna make you like us better.
All right, but we're gonna prove we're not communists. It's not a great PR statement.
Yeah, why isn't it? It's better than that. That's just saying that sentence means nothing. It doesn't mean that they're just going to get to the people that need to like them by whatever they want.
Of course, it's not going to mean anything. It's just a PR statement. They're the most fake statements you can ever make. TikTok, quote, TikTok is led by an American CEO with hundreds of employees and key leaders across safety, security, product, and public policy here in the U.S. We have no higher priority than promoting a safe and secure app experience for our users. We have never provided user data to the Chinese government, nor would we do so if asked, a spokesperson told CNBC in response to Pompeo's comments. Do you believe him?
No.
Why not?
Because they hired him to rebuild trust.
So,
they didn't hire him for his leadership skills or intelligence. They hired him for an image.
All right, so you think they previously gave data, but now they're not?
No, I just don't believe it. They're like, all right, hey, guy from Disney. Americans love that Disney. You make everybody love us. Okay, I'll take my $1 billion.